Welcome to the next Blast from the Past series video. This week I'm sharing a tale of two different 1970 Plymouth GTX street machines by Monogram. One of these kits was built in 1986, you know, back when Monogram made great looking models. The other was a parts box rescue from right around 2020. Can you tell which one is which? Based on what you know about my build style, let me know which one you think was built by me and which one was rescue. Leave me a comment down in the comment section. Let me know. See if you guys are right. Now, both of these are the same street machine version from, like I said, Monogram. Both of them are still sporting the bare plastic with a coat of future floor polish applied to them. At the time that I built the first one of these, the one that I built, I had recently re-enlisted in the Navy, and I had taken orders to my second ship, the USS Ortolan ASR-22. That's Auxiliary Submarine Rescue, for those that don't know. It was a unique ship because it was a catamaran style hull, and it was purpose built to work with the US Navy's DSRVs. It was powered by 4 Alco diesel engines. These things were massive, and they had decompression chambers in each hull. It also carried diving bells, and it had a large bridge crane that could travel from the outboard side of the ship on the port side all the way across to the outboard side of the starboard side. That was so that they could raise and lower boats or diving bells or any other equipment they needed to drop into the water. So in early January 1986, I'm going to give you a little bit of a story. And this thing is vibrating off the turntable. There we go. Okay, back to what I was saying. In January 1986, we were doing a port visit in Cape Canaveral, Florida. And one of the days that we were in port, we were sitting out on a picnic table out on the pier, and a 747 flew over. Not just any 747, a special built 747. And guess what that 747 was specially built for? The space shuttle. This particular one had the Challenger on its back. So we watched the Challenger fly in so that it could get prepped and for flight. So it wasn't too long after we got back home that the Challenger launched and had its terrible accident. The Ortolan was put on alert to be one of the rescue ships, but we were never called up for that task. Later that year, though, we were tasked with being an escort for the RV Atlantis II. And if you guys know your history, you'll recognize that name. That was the ship for Dr. Robert Ballard of the Woods Hole Oceanographic Institute. And we were tasked with being his escort while he was making his historical dives on the White Star Liner Titanic. Yes, I was there. Now, I have a newspaper article from Charleston, South Carolina. If you want to read it, go ahead and pause the video now. So, from my build of these cars, I went with the street machine vibe with the dual quads sitting on top of the high-rise manifold attached to the 440 Magnum engine. Did you guys guess correctly? It was the Kragers that gave it away, wasn't it? You know, you can now see my love of Kragers comes honestly from a long time ago. For my build, I didn't apply all the Street Machine decals, just the lone stripe up the sides and across the hood. Now these kits had a pretty nice decal sheet, as I recall, but I kept mine minimalized for my build. The builder of the Rescue basically went full on with the decals while still maintaining the stock Magnum 500 wheel setup and the air grabber scoop. So yes, this one is the Rescue. This one is the one I built. Now the Rescue had lost its spoiler, so I dug one out from the parts box. It doesn't quite look the same as this one, but it does do the job. So when I was rebuilding this, I noticed that the builder of the kit went kind of the same way with just the bare plastic. It was a kind of a blue metallic plastic. And it was about this time when I did the rebuild or rescue that I read a story about people that were using Future 4 polish as a clear coat. So thus began my flirtation with Future 4 polish. I decided to shoot a couple of coats on the rescue car, and it turned out looking great. So I was looking at my build, the 86 build of this kit, and I noticed that the finish was starting to look kind of tired and faded and dull. So I decided to apply some Future 4 polish to that build as well, and I got the same result. They both look fantastic. Now the only paints that were applied to these builds was on the engine, the grille, interior and chassis details. The main body, seats, and interior tub on my build remained bare plastic, while the builder of the Rescue painted the seat inserts white, which I left alone. My build of this kit has traveled with me through 4 different states, 7 different houses. I put it into the case sometime in the late 90s, and it's been there ever since. The Rescue came from parts unknown and has been in my possession since about 2018 or thereabouts. Well, I hope that you enjoyed this pair of blast of the past car builds. If you did, go ahead and click that thumbs up, hype, and share buttons. If you have any questions or comments, please write those in the comments section below. I'll be happy to respond to you as soon as possible. Be sure to follow me on Facebook, or you can drop me a line at scaleoutaguy@gmail.com. If you want more blast from the past videos like this one, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so that you'll be notified when I post new videos. Thanks for watching Scale Out a Guy's Workbench Blast from the Past, and I'll see you on the next build.